time beat. This is Dear Everypony, an in-depth analysis, review, and discussion of the last episode of My Little Pony: Friendship is Magic, and today we're talking about Twilight's Kingdom. I think that it's pretty fair to say that I don't particularly like Twilight Sparkle. I never have, for a number of reasons, which we'll get a whole video about someday, I'm sure, but I think that my biggest reason is that in a show titled Friendship is Magic, there is a main character who isn't particularly compelling, but it's always been that way. She has always received special attention and has always gotten the majority of the recognition for the main six's accomplishments. It's never, I knew that you girls could do it. It's always Twilight Sparkle, I knew you could do it. And from the first episode, that's how it's always been. But as the show continued on, it feels like it's just become less and less subtle about it, which is disheartening. But all of that being said, I think I really liked this finale. Like, my feelings, you guys. There was a lot that I really enjoyed, and a bit that I didn't particularly care for. First, the good stuff. Guys. Can we just talk about Tirek for like a second, please? He is by far the most intimidating villain we've ever had, and I'm not just talking about when he's all beefed out. From the first moment I saw that hooded cloak and he delivers his line, "Is he friend or is he foe? The pony wonders. I can assure you I am no friend." I was like, oh dang, shit just got real! Mark Aikson does a phenomenal job voicing both scrawny and beefy Tirek, which frankly sound like two different voice actors, but still sound like the same character, and that's a good thing. That's talent, man. Discord is by far my favorite villain, but Tirek is just so damn spooky. During the fight sequence, which I'll delve into a little bit later, I was actually on the edge of my seat waiting to see someone get hurt, and for the quickest of seconds, I was no longer aware that I was watching My Little Pony. I saw Tirek as a legitimate threat, not only to Twilight and the Remain Five, but to all of Equestria. In all other two-parters, there was never any doubt for 1 second that Twilight would prevail. Even in Return of Harmony, I was aware that Discord was going to fail. The only thing that set him apart for me is that I was sad to see him go. I didn't think we'd ever see this fun, intelligent, godlike misfit ever again. I'm glad to have been wrong about that. Although Discord is always fun, the way he is sometimes handled is a little off-putting. But it can be hard walking the line of, is he evil or isn't he? It can't be easy to write for. So for this episode, I thought Discord was handled as well as he could be. He made me chuckle a few times, and it is interesting to see that once he decided to be bad again, he still expected Tirek to be his friend, even though Tirek explicitly states that he won't give him friendship, but instead freedom. He of course fails to give either, and even when Tirek is giving Discord his necklace, he says, "Here's a sign of my loyalty." Discord just wants it to mean more because friendship now means something to him. But by the way, what does Discord do in this episode? I mean, like, in a villainous way. It doesn't seem like he does much of anything except wrap up ponies for Tirek to have their power. I don't know, maybe that's all he does, which is why they all forgive him so quickly. But speaking of that, my biggest problem with Discord isn't actually with Discord. It's with the main six, excluding Fluttershy. Why are they such dicks to him? It's like they won't even give him a chance. When Twilight asks Tirek to give Discord back in addition to her friends, I actually could not believe it. It's unbelievable. She acts like she hates him. Every time we've seen her interact with him this season, she's always giving him sideways glances and annoyed glares. And even when he marks out all of the important journal entries, basically spoon-feeding her the answer, she's like, I hate to admit it, but maybe Discord was trying to be a good friend after all. Gee, Twilight, do you f***ing think so? But it's not just Twilight. All of them are giving him attitude and sideways looks every time they see him. Pinky, I am disappointed. It would have been much more powerful if they all had become friends over the course of the season and then he betrayed them. Then, Discord's lesson that he learns about friendship wouldn't be completely attributed to Fluttershy. Why did he give Twilight the necklace? He should have given it to her. Fluttershy is the one that taught him about friendship. Ugh. I don't know. I think it's pretty obvious that Celestia's plan isn't so super duper, and that if the princesses had attacked him head on, they maybe would have won, but oh well, Celestia's plan is Celestia's plan, and Twilight did not follow the plan. In fact, Twilight does the exact opposite of Celestia's plan. She gives her magic to Tirek, which is probably the dumbest thing that she could have done. Twilight didn't know that Discord had the key. For all she knew, she was giving up the only hope of saving her land to Equestria's greatest threat. If this was any other show, Tirek probably would have killed them all or locked them up with the other princesses to prevent them from doing anything else, but no, he's just knocking down some trees so that everyone else can have their little friendship powwow. Which is pretty pathetic, by the way. Discord gives this heartfelt speech about friendship, and Twilight says absolutely nothing to him. And Applejack, who has arguably been the hugest dick of all to Discord, immediately assumes that that's the key and goes, "Do you think that's the last one we need?" There was no thank you to Discord, no assurance that they thought of him as a friend too. Nothing. But coming back around to the fight sequence, I loved it. I have never ever liked Twilight more than I do watching her stupid little face in a grimace of absolute fury shooting colorful lasers at this satanic beast in the hopes of absolutely destroying him. I think it's true that you could probably get something better choreographed or impressive in an anime, but for those of us who don't watch anime or haven't in a while, this was really cool. We've heard plenty of times that Pony was supposed to be similar to magical girl anime, so why shouldn't we be reminded in these big fight sequences of other types of anime? Speaking of magical girl anime, I don't really like the rainbow power designs, and I think you'd be hard-pressed to find someone who does, but I'm just glad to see that they're just power-ups. It is what it is. Regarding Twilight's treehouse, I can totally understand why people are upset, but I personally don't really care. Although that castle is an eyesore and it doesn't suit Ponyville at all. It was disappointing that she got a brand new castle instead of having the rainbow power like refurbish the castle of the two sisters or something, but so it goes. You can see in the design of the new castle that they were trying to call back to her treehouse, but maybe it just comes across as a slap in the face? I don't know. I only feel bad because Twilight doesn't have any physical representations of her memories, but she doesn't seem too bummed out about it, at least not for now. So whatever. I can't find an obvious place to put this, so I'm just gonna put it right now. I don't really care for the songs. The last one is fine, I guess. It's cute and catchy, and the visuals are nice, and it's really sweet to see the side characters again, but the first one, oh man, Twilight! Let me actually be clear that once the other princesses come in and take over, I actually really like the song, but the animation throughout is odd, and the acting, if you'll forgive the term, is so weird. Twilight's part of the song is just all I could think about the whole time was Ariel from The Little Mermaid.
You want Twilight episodes? There's over 20. But who cares? No big deal. I want more.
She's got everything she could want, but no, she wants more. Twilight, you just became a princess like a month ago. Why do you want all of these responsibilities all of a sudden? Not to mention, throughout the season, you've been acting like your princesshood isn't a big deal or that you didn't want to be recognized for it, and now you want to be a part of the plan? Like, what the f? Though it's neat to see that no one treating her like a princess was maybe intentional. Continuity. My closing issue is with Twilight's new castle, and more particularly, what it means. She just keeps getting elevated higher and higher and higher than her friends, that at this point, all her friends can ever hope to be is just that. Twilight's friends. Welcome to My Little Pony, Twilight and Friends. I'm not saying they all necessarily have to be princesses, although that is what I hoped for in my heart of hearts. I can see now that it probably won't happen, but how hard could it be to make them all alicorns and princesses of their elements, princess of laughter, honesty, etc., etc. Then they could all live together in the new castle. 6 alicorns ruling together in one kingdom? Fucking no one would ever f with Ponyville. I'm not saying that they couldn't live out their destinies or what they want to do or anything like that. I'm just saying that they all have saved the world just as often as she has, and she gets 100% of the credit. And they just have to keep being happier and happier for her. When the fuck do they get a pat on the back? Oh, they have some chairs? That's nice. I've seen some people say that it's implied that they're her knights or something, which would be cool. But if so, where's their knighting ceremony? Twilight got a coronation, even though I guess she only just now is a princess of friendship, according to Celestia. Can't the main 6 get some goddamn individual recognition? I don't want to see some group knighting ceremony. I want to see a celebration of every single pony that has helped lift Twilight to the status she has. I'm sorry, I lost my cool there. I know it might seem like I'm being harsh on this episode, but I actually really liked it. I think it's my second favorite two-parter so far, Return of Harmony being first. It's been a pretty solid season, you guys. Thank you so much for watching Dear Everypony on Fandom Beat. Please be sure to subscribe because all of the content is about to happen. all of it right now. So, you know, yeah, I love you. Bye. Mwah.